So 2 and 5 was set up to improve food access to fresh fruit and vegetables in Norlane, which is the 4th most disadvantaged suburb in the state. So initially we set up a shop, which is a fruit and veggie shop and a cafe, and we make jams and chutneys, and then we started on the market garden where we grow a lot of produce that goes into the shop.
We, I think, take for granted the idea that we're able to access fresh fruit and vegetables and fresh food easily and readily. But in a community where there's not a lot of disposable income and where there's also very, very low levels of car ownership, it's not a very attractive market for a normal retailer to enter because there's just not the profitability there. So what 2 and 5 are trying to do is to provide access to fresh fruit and vegetables into a community where the market isn't naturally operating.
So my background is I'm a horticulturalist. I've been doing that for probably nearly 20 years now, and always done a lot of work in the community teaching people how to grow food, but I could see that the problem was more complex than just community gardens. I started doing the research around it and how to get going. It became pretty obvious that my lack of business skills, and luckily the Crunch program was the ideal solution to increasing my business skills.
So we initially provided 2 and 5 with some startup capital, but that also helped and supported them to be able to leverage that startup capital for additional philanthropic funding.
The loan was pretty useful as well, I can't say it wasn't, but it's the ongoing business support. Like one thing we did last year was develop a dashboard report with social traders, and that helps us to analyse the day-to-day cash flow and what areas are strong and what areas we need to build on and understand. And we could see straight away that a couple of areas where we were doing, making significant increases in growth was the jams and chutneys and the markets and the market garden.
The other thing that we've been able to do is to support 2 and 5 around some of its governance structures, attending in an advisory capacity board meetings. They're a not-for-profit organisation, they have voluntary board members, and as a relatively new startup organisation, just establishing the processes and protocols that are required for that sort of operation has been something that we've been able to support them with.
Our main achievements so far have been, when we initially wrote our business plan, we had KPIs of kilos of produce, and we've done 10 times that in the last financial year. We've also seen employment outcomes, which wasn't something we predicted.
Well, before I started, I was going down a bit of a rough patch, and I was getting really bad depression and kind of just wanted to give up on a lot of things. Then, Katie was pretty much one of the first people for a long time, wanted to give me a go on that, and I thought it was a good opportunity. It's like something new.
About 16 and a half years I was on a disability pension, so from 91 till 2009 I think it was, which is when I started up with 2 and 5. And it's just been a progression since. I love my job. I'll do anything to help out where I can. I love 2 and 5, I love the concept, I love what we're all about, which is providing that access to fresh fruit and veg. And good healthy food.
Last year, 2 and 5 was able to sell 26,000 kilograms of fresh fruit and vegetables into the community of Norlane from its shop that otherwise wouldn't have been accessed by that community.
The shop and the cafe is doing great. The market garden wasn't in the original plan, but it's just grown so much. And and the name of the jams and chutneys getting out there. We're kind of rebranding Norlane as not just a place where drug dealers and car thieves come from. It's a place where great produce and amazing jam comes from.